having to do the video on my phone today because basically the camera's run out of charge and I don't know how to charge it. So last time I got into strife, I won't bother again. It's 7 weeks, 7.5 weeks basically. What is it today? Tuesday. So it's Tuesday the 21st of May. 7.5 weeks in recovery. Obviously I have definitely 100% slipped off the I'm not going to do any intensive exercise wagon. I'm not talking about doing HIIT or anything that really fucks me basically, but I am enjoying what I'm doing. You know, I did a run yesterday. I mentioned in my video I did go to the gym this morning and I did an upper body session just for an hour. Again, banana first, and then I ate straight away as soon as I got home. No measuring any kind of porridge. I just whacked it in and had the biggest bowl ever. I do feel better about myself after doing a bit of training. It's silly, and I know I'm not meant to be doing what I'm doing, but at the same time, I am fueling what I'm doing, and I'm trying to convince myself that I'm not exhausted when I finish the gym, nor am I then having to go and do another session or do a 2-hour session to get what I need out of it. I'm resting in between sets. I finished my upper body workout today with 10 minutes of sprints, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And, you know, I really felt them 100%. But again, I wasn't knackered. I'm really energetic. I wasn't dreading the gym session either. I loved every second of it. I don't know whether I'm doing right or doing wrong, but I can only judge how I feel, and I feel okay. Obviously, things can dramatically change. I still haven't had a period. I had some pink spotting last week, which was either my period, and it was incredibly light, or that was my ovulation bleed, which I've been reading up about. And normally ovulation bleeds will be, you know, pinky brown. So it's a good sign because it wasn't just brown, it wasn't just old blood, it was pink brown. And it lasted for that day. It could have been ovulation blood. I don't know. I don't really know enough about it. I've never taken this Clomid before either, which obviously, you know, I've taken 8 days. So 5 days of 50 milligrams and then 3 days of 100 milligrams straight after reading an article, the Clomid protocol to get with women with hypothalamic amenorrhea their period back. And when I read it, I thought, well, you know, these girls with BMIs between 17 and 19, which is still, I think, very low. Here I'm sitting at a BMI of 24 and, you know, I'm heavy, I'm eating incredibly well. Apparently these girls didn't change their exercise habits neither. They literally did 10 days. They did 5 days of 50 milligrams followed by 5 days of 100 milligrams. I didn't do the full 5 days of 100 because I got a little bit freaked out. I'm doing this without a doctor and without a prescription, by the way. So I naturally, you're just going to feel a little bit nervous that I've never taken anything before and what it could do. And because I was getting symptoms of, I wasn't getting bad symptoms. I certainly wasn't moody. I wasn't hormonal. I don't think that I had any water retention or any sickness or anything, but I did have a bit of an awkward tummy near the end, which is when I stopped. And I thought, you know what, maybe I will just leave this as though I've done 8 days, 5 days at 50, 3 days at 100 and see how that goes. And do you know what? Soon after I stopped taking the Clomid, within 2 days, I had the worst tummy cramps. And I don't just mean for the shits, I mean like period type tummy cramps. You know, and I thought, oh God, this is great. This is really, really good. You know, I had wet cervical mucus. It wasn't like egg white or this stringy thing that I've been looking up online, which indicated ovulation. and my predictor kits were giving me high fertility for 20 days straight. So I stopped taking them because that was just ridiculous. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. Perhaps I had a broken one. And it was, you know, I did feel like something was happening. Again, I wasn't exercising. I was exercising. I was still walking Marley every day, and I was doing hot yoga every day. At the moment, I'm not doing hot yoga. I'm literally just walking Marley and doing a run and doing my gym. And I am having at least 2 full rest days completely a week. I'm eating a lot of food. You can see why look at this. Look, what's this? Have I gained any more? I'd say no. I feel like I've slimmed down a little bit actually since doing a bit of the exercise. Yeah, I haven't changed my eating habits at all. I've just eaten how I always eat in this recovery. So 2,500 plus a day, no restricting, no counting calories, no measuring how many porridge oats I'm having or how much protein powder I'm having, or restricting fats, getting the low fat option. I'm just eating. I eat well anyway. I've always been a healthy bunny. I like eating foods like that. If I wanted to have some sweets like I did on the weekend, I'll have them. But truly, if I want to have an avocado and chicken salad, then that's what I'm going to have. And I feel good about that. I don't feel like I'm doing wrong not eating a pizza. I don't really like pizza. I don't really fancy a burger for dinner. You know, it's not so much that it doesn't taste nice, it's how it makes me feel. I don't like the feeling of what happens when you eat that thing, and I don't want to spend another week punishing myself because I've had that. I'll have it when I feel good and ready, and at the moment I'm nowhere near ready. So little steps. The spotting was a week ago. What day is it again? Tuesday. So yeah, so it's a week tomorrow that I had the spotting, which, I mean, if it was an ovulation spotting, then I should really be getting my period next week. If I don't have a period, we're going away on Thursday to Abu Dhabi again. So I'm not taking the Clomid with me. I'm going to leave the Clomid at home. I mean, they're a bit funny with taking medication anyway into their country unless you've got a medical prescription for it. So I'm probably safer to just leave it at home, see what happens. I'm really hopeful that during the holiday, I might actually have a period. If I do, then I'll take the Clomid when I get home and I'll start again with that one. If I don't have a period, then I've already had this discussion in my brain that I'm going to do the progesterone challenge. I've already got the Provera upstairs, which I've had for a while. I'm going to do the progesterone challenge, so I'm going to take that for 10 days, and then I'm going to stop taking the Provera or the progestin and see if I have a withdrawal bleed. If I have a withdrawal bleed, then it means that my estrogen is high enough to build up the lining in the womb to shed, but I'm just not ovulating. So that will be a good indication of me to do the Provera challenge, stop it after 10 days, wait to have a bleed. I should bleed. When I bleed, if I bleed, then after 2 days, I'll start taking the Clomid, and I'm going to do it again for my second cycle and see what happens. So I'll document the whole thing. And if I ovulate this time on Clomid, I mean, I started testing with the predictor kit things on the 7th day, but I took it for 8, not 5. So I don't know whether I missed it or whether or not I never ovulated and just never picked it up. I'm not bothering testing anymore because it's just ridiculous. I'm going to save the other tests that I've got, and I'm going to do that when I use the second round of Clomid. And I will literally start testing the day that I finish Clomid, and hope for the best. I hope everyone's okay. Again, if you want to share your story with me, if you too have hypothalamic amenorrhea, if you have the same sort of struggles that I'm going through, I know so many people online now that are going through the same thing. I think it's becoming all the more common in today's society where our exercise has just got out of control. You know, people feel that it kind of defines them of who they are. You know, if they're not training, then it is terrible. And I was exactly the same. I train now because I like the way it makes me feel. It does make me feel better about myself. For vanity reasons, yes. Even this morning, it actually made me feel a little bit better just going in and being in the environment with people again. Seeing certain faces that maybe as of last week when they saw me and thought, Christ, she's put on a load of weight. Now this week I was just like, fuck it, I'm doing well. You know, I'm going to just do my workout. I'm lifting heavier, which is good. You know, I haven't progressed in my weights, especially upper body. I mean, my chest press this morning, wow, I was like really strong. Ignore Marley. Marley is barking because the dog next door but one, is having a dog wash. She's obviously jealous. Marley! I see you. Stop it. Marley the chocolate lab is insane. She's very much like me, you know. Used to be very lean bean. Loves her food. And gosh, she just doesn't stop getting the exercise. She's just like manic. Anyway, I've got to go. So, thanks for today, guys. And I hope that you're right. See you soon.
You and I, we're always on the edge. We fight and make love at the same time. Would you break up just because I told you?